Yo, what's the story? The GoPro Hero 13 is nearly here. It has been launched at the time of recording this video tomorrow. And GoPro have made one ginormous change that nobody saw coming until now. And trust me, if you hated the GoPro Hero 12, you're going to possibly love the GoPro Hero 13. Let's dive in. The big change that they've made, it's not that, as per usual, we're getting 5.3K 60 or 4K 120. It's not even the change, well, that wasn't even a change. It's not the change that now you're going to be able to do this cool new slow burst mode that'll shoot like 300 frames a second when limited bursts. It'll be 720p, but it'll be probably cool depending on what you want. It's not even the fact now that the GoPro Hero 13 is going to do HLG HDR video, which is proper HDR video as opposed to the GoPro trying to do it on the fly like that was in the 12. It is also not the fact that it will do an auto detection of whatever lens mod that you've on. So if you got the new macro, the new anamorphic, which we spoke about in the last video, or the new ultra wide, it'll know exactly which lens is on. That's pretty good, but that's not the biggest change. So many people absolutely hated the GoPro Hero 12 for one simple fact, and I didn't think at the time it was a big deal, simply because I never had a real need for it. But lots of vloggers, moto vloggers in particular, were super pissed that GoPro had removed the GPS option in the GoPro Hero 12 Black. Now, they took it out apparently for like heat issues and all of that, because the GoPro Hero 12 has suffered, not in my personal experience, but from looking online, it suffered a fair whack of overheating issues. Well, have they fixed the overheating issues? This is one of the big changes in the GoPro Hero 13, but it's not the big change that will make you possibly buy this camera. The heat grill. The heat sink, whatever you want to call it, this grill on the front of the GoPro Hero 13, which is a significant change on both the GoPro Hero, the small mini version of this, which will shoot 4K, and now the big one, the 13. That's a big deal. So that could well fix the overheating issue, and that's a significant change. But here we go. Are we ready for this? Are we ready to possibly get your mind made up on this? And I'll be honest, I'm going to buy the GoPro Hero 13 once it comes out tomorrow. I'm going to see wherever I can get it fastest. Last year, GoPro had 24-hour shipping, and it shipped and it arrived the next day. So hopefully I'll have it by the end of this week, maybe Thursday or Friday. Anyway, forget about that. GPS. What they removed in the GoPro Hero 12 is back. Now, I haven't made this up. There is new high-def leaks of the actual retail box after appearing online. Quadra News has some more epic leaks. And right down there on the bottom, you can see something called GPS. So, will you now buy the GoPro Hero 13? Let's think about it like this. The heatsink, the grill right on the front, that should fix the overheating issues. This new bigger battery, which makes your older batteries, in theory, from what we know, redundant. They're not going to be able to use it anymore on the GoPro Hero 13. But they're a slightly bigger battery. Would think they're probably going to be a bit more efficient. Maybe, just maybe, the overheating and the reliability issues have been possibly fixed. And now with the GPS back, which so many people lost their reason over, and yeah, I mean, whatever. But for me, it wasn't a big deal. But for a lot of folks out there, it was a big deal. Will you now buy the GoPro Hero 13? If you read through the comments on all some of the earlier videos, people are losing their freaking mind. GoPro is finished. GoPro is dead. I got to be honest. I buy GoPro every year. I sell the old one. I make a bunch of content and I never really use it. But I genuinely like the brand GoPro. And the fact that GPS has gone back in, the fact that they're trying to address the heating or overheating issues with this heatsink, people are saying, oh, DJI are listening to their audience. I think looking at the specs in the GoPro Hero 13, I think GoPro are really listening to their audience. So I'm kind of stoked to see what comes out when this arrives in the next kind of 24 hours and what happens. But either way, GPS is back, baby. For those of you that going to get excited about it, good for you. For me, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. But either way, this GoPro Hero 13, with this change, I think is shaping up to be a serious piece of kit. DJI Action 5, or the DJI Action Pro 5, or whatever it's called. I love DJI as well, but I don't know, the specs in that, just doesn't seem to be too exciting. I would think the next iteration of the GoPro and the next iteration of the Action from DJI will probably be the ones to get. But for now, this GoPro Hero 13 is shaping up to be something I feel pretty damn cool. Like and subscribe. And we got a GoPro Hero 13 review on here as soon as possible. GoPro, send me one. Stop me spending my money. That makes sense? Anyway, see you in the next vid.